Welcome, I'm Macky Hall, and oftentimes we're asked to build a campaign or project for a client with a specific color palette or a single project with multiple pieces. And you need easy access to specific colors. So, how do you do it? In this piece, we're going to show you how to build a custom color swatch. And then what we're going to do is show you how to build a swatch template so that you can export it into other projects for your use in future pieces. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. This is the first of a 4-part piece showcasing one of my very favorite tools in Adobe Illustrator, the Appearance window. The Appearance window will do more to improve your workflow than any other single tool in Adobe Illustrator. Those 4 parts are how to create color swatches, layered strokes, fills, and gradients, using stroke to create 3D shapes and mask, and then finally, adding and managing editable effects to objects and groups. This, as you know, is part 1, creating color swatches. This can work as a unified series or deliver just what you need. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, first things first, I want to mention that we are using the Essentials Classic workspace. To switch on over to the Essentials Classic workspace, all you need to do is go to the top right-hand corner of your page, select Switch Workspace, and then select Essentials Classic. Now, I use Essentials Classic because it's the one I'm most familiar with. With that being said, use your own workspace. We'll get you to where you need to go. Next thing I want to mention is my page setup. We've created a 1000 by 1000 pixel artboard. It's a single artboard, and the color build is RGB. Next, I want to mention that we'll be using the bottom center of our page to highlight hotkey recommendations, key command recommendations, and tips and tricks. With that in mind, we're building this on a PC, so anytime you see the control key recommended, use the command key instead if you're using an Apple or Mac device. Again, command equals control. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's take a look at our artboard. You'll notice one thing straight away in that we've got our color swatches on the artboard. That's by design, and those are the colors that I plan on using for the piece that we're building right now. With that in mind, you can build your color swatches and color swatch groups using any of those color builds. We'll be using RGB. With that being said, let's go ahead and open up the Appearance window and get started with building our color swatches and swatch groups. First things first, we need to open the Appearance window. 2 ways to do that. First way is to go open your Window menu, scroll down to Appearance, and select that. Otherwise, you can select Shift F6, and that will open on the right side of your screen, generally speaking. Now, with that being said, you can always go to the right side menu if you're using Essentials Classic or any other workspace that displays this and select your Appearance window icon. All you need to do is click on that, and there you go. Now that we've got that open, let's get started and build our color swatches and swatch groups. First thing we need to do is let's go ahead and double click on our fill, and notice straight away that our color swatches come up. Now, if it doesn't come up by default, perhaps your color mixer will come up. That's the one next over. Or perhaps your gradient will come up as well. Now, with that being said, there's one more icon to your right. That is your AI tool. You can click on that and then take care of business from there just by entering in some of the information that you want. That being said, I know the colors I'm going to be using, so I'm going to click on my swatches. I want to create a new swatch group. Here's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to navigate to the bottom of my menu, and I will select New Swatch Group. Once that opens, let's go ahead and name that swatch group. I'll call this Tutorial. And let's go ahead and click OK. Once I've got that, notice right away that not only do I have my new swatch group available, but I've also got the white color, and I use that loosely, embedded in there. The reason is because that was the color selected when I created the new group. Now that we've got that in there, I can select any color from our existing swatches and drag that in there to make it a part of that swatch group. Notice right here, I'll select medium brown, drag that in there, no problem right there, brown is in. I can also select a gradient and drag that into the swatch group as well, and notice that the gradient lives in there as well. Now in this case, I don't want any colors in there, so I'll drag the gradient out. I'll take my brown out, and then I'll take the white out. I'll always know where that lives. That's easy to access. Again, what I want are the 5 colors that are visible on my artboard right now. Now let's get to the business of adding colors to our new template group. Here's how you do it. First things first is you select your template group. And then once you've got that from there, notice that it says tutorial, by the way. Once you've got that, all you need to do is select Add Color Swatch. Here's how you do it. You navigate to the bottom of your window, click on the bottom right-hand corner which says New Swatch. We'll click on that, and then let's get started from there. First of all, notice that the new swatch name is the RGB breakdown of the color we've previously selected. In this case, it's white, R255, G255, B255. We're going to replace that with dark blue. In this case, let's go ahead and write that down. Once we've got that, let's go over the other items in our swatch menu. First things first is we've got process color. Let's select that. We've got spot color as well. Since we're building this in the RGB color mode, we're going to stick with process color. Next, we've got global. We'll keep that checked. And then beyond that, we've got our color mode that we're building in. We've already selected RGB. Let's take a look at the rest of them. Let's click on that and take a look at the rest of them. First, grayscale, RGB, HSB or hue saturation brightness, CMYK, lab, and WebSafe RGB. Since we've already planned on building our piece with the RGB color build, let's go ahead and stick with that. We'll select RGB. From there, let's go ahead and enter our color formula. R is going to be 21, G is going to be 60, B is 102. Let's tab across, and before we select OK, notice that we can also enter the hex code. In this case, since we've started with RGB, we're going to ignore the hex code and we'll enter the color formula instead. Let's click OK. Notice straight away in our new tutorial color swatch, we've got the dark blue listed right there. Let's go ahead and keep adding. Let's make sure that either the swatch group or the color are selected. That will ensure that our new colors are added into this swatch group. Let's go ahead and select Add New Swatch. And let's add medium blue. Once we've got that, let's go ahead and navigate down to R and let's enter R33, G98, and B166. Go ahead and select OK. And there you go. Notice that if I hover over that, medium blue is now created. Let's continue with our oranges. Next, we're going to add light orange. And let's go with R244, G211, and B94. Click OK. And let's go ahead with medium orange. In this case, R is going to be 238, G is 150, and B is 75. One more time, let's enter dark orange. This time, R241, 88 for G, and B is going to be 59. Okay, and there you go. As you can see, in our new tutorial color swatch group, we've got all of the 5 colors that we've created. That's perfect right there. Now let's take a look about what we can do to modify and edit that. If I select any color in the group, notice that I can go down here and I can select swatch options, show swatch kinds menu, and of course I can add selected swatches and swatch groups to my current library. That's really handy right there because what I can do is I can select a specific swatch group. In this case, it's going to be tutorial. I'll select that. And then next what I can do is go down here. I can click Add Selected Swatches and Swatch Groups to my current library. And notice right here under Color Themes on the right side, I've got Tutorial listed. This is really handy because it adds it not just into this document, it adds that new color theme or that color swatch group into the application as a whole. So anytime I open up Adobe Illustrator, I've got that theme available to me. That's super handy whenever I want to go back to this swatch. Think if you're building any type of branding or identity pieces, you've got that handy right there. Let's go ahead and deselect our color swatches by clicking anywhere on the artboard. And let's go ahead and delete our color swatches from our artboard. From here, let's go ahead and save our file. All we need to do is save it. I'll lay it down on my computer and I'll call this final piece. Let's save it. And we're ready to go on with our next step. For this part, heck yeah, we're done. Nice job. Now that you know how to create color swatches and just a little bit about the appearance window, give it a go and see how it affects and improves your workflow. I promise you that this is going to do more for your workflow than any other single tool in Adobe Illustrator. Now, if you've got the time, keep progressing and check out the rest of the pieces in this tutorial. It is all located on my channel. All right, finally, like, comment, subscribe. That's it. We'll see you next time. Peace.